Meant me golden child sisters at her wedding on the exact same day as mine. That sentence could trog the table like glas chatering under pressure. A parents leg her first like it was clever, not cruel. The candles flickered, catching the gold in her hair. I kept my hand still, tracing the rim of me water glass. Gjorde finna vid det, right? She asked, voice of venomous. I nodded once. Of course. They mistook silence for surrender. But it didn't see us the ghost list already waiting in me planner. 2 months later, that same table would fall silent for a very different reason. The first time I realized silence could keep me safe. I said, Sienna, me sister, stood on the front steps, her dress catching the morning light via mom fusset vid her for a lokalad hot. Smilla vidare, honey, mom sighed, voice warm, eyes soft. Behind them, I held a lunchbox I packed myself, waiting for someone to notice. Nu van did. At school, I worked hard. Gratis were my way of earning space. When I came home waving a test mark at 100, that Barella looked up from the newspaper. Don't make your sister feel bad, he said. His voice was flat, but the words cut clean. I folded the paper, careful not to crease the red ink, and slipped it into my desk drawer. That became a habit, folding anything that proved it a treat. Sienna was always the golden one. When she failed our class, Mom blamed the teacher. When he asked Mina, she said nothing. On me 13 Theo bitte, the cake had her name on it, too. Vi tutti tere befun to celebrate together, Mom explained. Sienna blev att evere kan before a cold touch one. I leaned to clap for her, even when it buned. Our father worked long hours at an insurance office. He came home smelling like ink and disappointment. He became useful washing dishes, checking bills, managing the quiet parts of the house. I liked that. You're reliable, he they say. It never sounded like lova. In high school, I developed a crush on a boy from me math class. I told Sienna once, just once, via briding her higher. She smiled into the mirror, to invented with him the next week. When he cried, Mom sighed, don't be dramatic. He just prefers pretty girls. That was the night he stopped sharing things he cared about. College wasn't an option. Sienna needs the tuition more, Dad sighed. So, he got a job right after graduation typing in voice in a grey cubicle. Me old teacher, Mr. Ellis, helped me apple. You're sharp, Bonnie, he sighed. Don't let them mock you small. I thanked him, but small felt safe. I moved at 22 into a one-bedroom apartment downtown. It was quiet white walls, ticking clock shelves lined with color-coded files. I liked the order. I woke up early, made coffee, checked me planner. Every young tree was written by hand. I didn't trust memory. It bends too easily. Sometimes Sienna called no to ask about me, but too brag. Her new car, her new dress, her new followers. Our parents adored her stories. She's doing so well, Mom sighed once. You could learn from her. I nodded us always. Silence kept the peace. But inside that quiet, så meting Else greva precision. I lea ned han tog weit, han tog listen, han tog notis whatever Jone Else missed. The folded papper som I skilled out turned ned into the lists and receipts of me adulthaft. Proof stacked neatly in drawers. That was when I understood silence wasn't a piece. It was preparation. The call came on a Tuesday night. Rain tapped against the window via I updated the ghost list on me planner. The screen lit up Sienna. I almost didn't answer. Hey, she sighed her tone too bright. So, funny thing, me wedding date just got confirmed. It's the same day as yours. For a second, I heard was the clock. The same day, I reported. Yeah, but you're doing some meeting small anyway, right? Just family. She leg head lightly. Our relatives will be at mine, obviously. I mean, it makes sense. Taline went quiet long enog for her to notice. Bonnie, you're okay with that, right? I started at the circle of ink on me planner, the one that marked me date. The pen ås still i min hand. It's typ pressade into till papper until till mark deeper ned, blir a little. Yes, I side finale. I'm okay with it. When the call ended, is it into dark for a long time. The only sound was the rain. Me reflection into vindovlocket calm, almost detached, but me hand had gone cold. Later that night, Mom called. Your sister's vener is much bigger, she sighed cheerfully. Everyone will be there. You can do yours quiet. My be after dear sense. That shimmer in from the background. Be supportive, Bonnie. It's her big day. Of course, I said again, the same two words. When Talina cut, I flipped open me planner. Two identical circles glowed under the desk lamp, hash and mina. I wrote one small note beside mina. Confirmed. Do not move. They would call it a coincidence. They would say it didn't mind, but it knew better. They spent years teaching me how stay small, stay silent, stay in the shadows. This time, I would stay right very close, under the same light it thought belonged only to her. The morning after that call, I woke up before it alarm. The apartment was grey and still the sheen of quiet that sounds like waiting. Seem from me coffee fogged to window, blurring to Helena of Chicago. I opened me planner and ran a finger over to word confirmed. The ink had read smooth. At 8 sharp, I walked into the office. It had been at that company 9 years long enog to know if 2 marketings happen vid efter being notiserad. By ett oude shattered band their weekend plans, I opened till HR på tal and began drafting an internal memo. Invitation till Carter Reed wedding formal attendance registered. I didn't send it yet. I just servered it as draft, me kusher blinking like a heartbeat. Binon, I had called the event coordinator. Yes, I said VLL keep the same date, she hesitated. Are you sura? The other family. I am sura, I interrupted gently. But VLL need the grand ballroom instead. Of course. Miss Reed. That night, I told Liam, me fiance, about the call. The was quiet for a long time, then asked, you're really not hanging it, No. Han nodded ons, his expression unreadable. Then we do it right. Proper ghost list, proper lighting, proper sound. I smiled faintly. Proper silence. The following week unfolded like a montage no one saw. Click. The sound of my keyboard as I finalised the HR email. Swipe. The pen marking each confirmed RSVP from executives and depart heads. Print. The stack of envelopes sealed with gold wax. Check. Payments cleared for the ballroom catering and live music. Every task failed exact. Deliberate. The right steady and cold. Silence. I realised. Was not absence. It was control. Mom called again midway through the week. Your sister's reception is going to be beautiful, she sighed. You'll come be to help set up, won't you? I looked at the file of invoice beside me. I'll be busy that day, I sighed. Busy? But it's her wedding. Yes, I sighed softly. It is. She didn't notice the difference in me tone. She never did. At night, I spread everything on the dining table, the seating hot, the printed guest list, the timelina for the ceremony. Liam sat across from me, reviewing the tales. You're syre this esente to muck, he asked ons. Not enog, I replied. He smiled slam and prude. Then let's make it perfect. We were seated to vena together a week later. The grand ballroom stretched wide and luminous chandeliers scattering light like ice. It's elegant, I told the manager. But keep it understated. Yes, ma'am. I touched the fabric of the dreripstick I soft under my fingertips. No excess decoration. I want people to it quiet. The staff looked puzzled. Liam didn't he? He understood. Each night I recorded small details the final ghost count, the seating for Mr. Carter, Liam's father, the CEO. I adjusted headerless, reserved parking for senior executives, arrangerad för live musicians from till kompanis charity-gala list. Everu name I added med senast gustlist tiner be default. Skian her fians nu had hosen till same vena komplex, to hals, same floor. She tog dit tevet humiliata me. Vänta final konfirmation e-mail arriverad from HR attendance mandatory for all upper management, I read it twice, till en archivad it. One evening, I found an old box in me closet. Inside, among old papers, was the folded test idé ons hidden as a child. Te redet hundras till glaret trug till krisis. I unfolded it carefully and laid it flat on the table. Next to it, I placed the current wedding schedule rows of printed names, sealed approvals receipts. Same shape, same order, different meaning. Liam våkade and paused. What's that a reminder? I sighed. He looked at the paper, ten at me. You're calm, he sighed. I lea ned from the best. Your family. No, I sighed their mistakes. The night before at the wedding, I barely slept. I ironet to dress, checked the planner var last time, and place it be the window where the dawn light were hit first. The city outsida ås kviet traffic muted. I watchet the sun rise, its reflection, tuning to glass gold. At 7:00 am, me von bussed. Mom again. Your sister's so nervous, she sighed. She keeps asking if you're yelix. I'm not, I sighed. Tell her not to worry. I want to get in here way. You're such a good girl. Mom sigh head, relief in her voice. I hung up before she carried him I whisper. Not an amora. Into stillness that followed, I would almost at the next day bretting, waiting. 2 weddings, 1 date, same address. They took the tea would crush me. They didn't realize they just bokade front row seat 2 dear on silence. The air that morning felt heavier than usual, almost metallic, the sheen of quiet that comes before a storm. Calm but harged. I arrived early. The hem of me dress brushing against the marble floor of the hotel lobby. Staff hurried past with bouquets and trays of champagne. 2 signs at 10 trans reading ballroom or read Carter wedding. Ballroom by Sienna and Noah. Same day, same building. 2 were hoons of the truth. Our ceremony began at noon. Golds feeled in voice Lou, ter humming with polite louter. I watched the rose fil Mr. Carter near at the front. His colleague, Liam's friends, me co-workers. The room glowed under crystal chandeliers. When the string quartet started playing, the sound vibrated through the floor like a heartbeat. Upstairs, a florist whispered to a passing waiter. Didn't they have the golds cancel on the other wedding? The waiter nodded, summating about a company event. By the time the vows were spoken, the outer hall was nearly empty. When he tuned toward Liam's side, I do. The applause was soft but full, a sound that failed earned. Through the tall windows, I could a glimpse of Sienna in the couch here below her gone. Brilliant. Her expression fractured. Noah beside her pacing his von pressed tight to his ear. Half an hour later, as a reception began, they entered. I noticed them before a neona Elsa did. Mom, Dad, Sienna, and Noah all dressed for the wrong room. Their face shifted when they saw the crowd, the executives, the press photographers. The Carter family gathered together like a constellation of power. Sienna blinked, trying to process. What? Vi har all mi guldsier. She whispered. Noah's voice cracked. These are me company's clients. Vi har they here? Mr. Carter stood, then his presence quiet but absolute. It's strange, isn't it? He sighed. 2 weddings, 1 date, but only one of them is me son's. The microphone on the stage caught his words, sending them across the ballroom. A silence spread clean and absolute. Mom smile faltered. That treat to recover. We didn't know. Mr. Carter tuned toward them, his tone mild. You didn't have to. Some people only understand other when it stops including them. Sienna reached for Noah's arm. Say something. He stepped back instead. His collar tight. You told me this date would humiliate her. Sienna's voice shook. You agreed. Der argument spilled into te kviet like static. Guldsex-hanged looks. Cameras flaccid. I didn't move. I stod by the table glass in hand, to sen posturade held during the dinner where ETL began. The reflection of the chandelier flickered on the surface of my drink. My planner sat on the table beside the ghost book, closed clean. Mr. Carter spoke again softer this time. Let's keep this day for the people we who earned it. At his signal, the staff guided the intruders at calmly, politely, to the rem of noise from our room meant for. Music. As the doors closed behind them, the quartet began a new piece slurrand measured. The tension melted into applause. I raised my glass note high, just och taximean reflection trembled slightly into wine. Liam touched my hand. They were gone, beside quietly. I know. Across the hall, I caught the faint echo of a noter door slamming ballroom bay. Most likely. Someone shouting, to nothing. The sound dissolved into the music, into the soft hum of conversation. They came to see me fail, I sighed under me breath. Instead, they saw what silence can build. Liam smiled small and steady and destroy. We clinked shared glasses ons not for victory but for balance restored. The rest of the evening unfolded in calm waves. No speakers, no drama, just the steady rhythm of forks against porcelain lauter that belonged in the right room this time. When it ended, it took one last look around the chandelier light to gulds the police head floor where my reflection stood clear and unbroken. The silence they left behind was perfect. The morning after the wedding, the city was washed clean. The geline glowed pale gold through the window, the streets below damp and quiet. I stood in the kitchen, barefoot, stirring sugar into me coffee. The cup clicked softly against the counter, steady measured. Liam was still asleep. The sound of his breathing blended with the hum of the refrigerator. On the dining table lay my planner closed, now its pegs slightly were paid from overusse. Beside it, our Maria's certificate rested flat under the morning light. The silk outer shimmered the same color as the inky they used to circle that 8 months ago. 4 years, I had folded proof of myself small enoktyped in drawers, graudes, receipts, unspoken things. Yesterday, I finally unfolded them all. No confrontation, no raised voice, just a quiet linedravn stride through everything that used to hurt. I talked of Sienna. Maybe she woke out silence. Too. An empty inbox, an unanswered call, the sound of hair and reflection cracking. Maybe our parents sat in their house, still trying to understand the moment the room stopped clapping for them. It didn't feel joy in beginning it. Just the stance. The kettle whistled softly. It tuned it off before it grev lod. Liam and the red high must eyes half open. Morning, he sighed. Morning, he replied. Helen against the counter. You okay? He nodded. Yes, finale. We didn't talk about the wedding. We didn't need to. It had already done what it needed to when summating old, begin summating quiet. When he left for work, the apartment settled into a calm rhythm again. He opened the window slightly. There smelled like rain and bakery bread from the hub downstairs. Some ever far off, a train moved through the city, its hulu unfolding. He sat at the table, opened me planner one last time, and drev a clean under the finalentree. Read Carter wedding completed. Then he closed it and placed it beside the certificate. The light shifted across both papers, merging them into ones of reflection. Silence this time didn't mean absence. It meant ownership. In families like mine, power doe essente hout it, vitstravs, and when it does, the room finale learns what silence sounds like. It essente empty, it's earned. It's the sound of Bundaris settling into place of peace, finding its own volume after years of being spoken over. If this story stayed with you, stay for the next one. Every silence hides a reckoning. Every reckoning starts with one quiet act of courage. Subscribe, keep listening, and let's uncover how calm can become the loudest justice of all. New stories each week where events speak softly.